Good evening, live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates World Audiovisual Entertainment Summit, Waves 2025 in Mumbai, hails the rise of India's orange economy driven by innovation and creativity. India shuts airspace for all Pakistani civil and military flights following Pahalgam terror attack. In a call with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar says perpetrators, backers and planners of Pahalgam terrorist attack must be brought to justice. And United States signed the long-awaited historic natural resources deal with Ukraine. Both sides agreed to set up a reconstruction investment fund. And first up, updates from the first ever World Audiovisual Entertainment Summit being held in Mumbai. India is hosting the first World Audiovisual Entertainment Summit, Waves 2025. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Waves 2025 earlier today, India's first of its kind World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit at the Geo World Centre, Mumbai. The event will provide a global platform for discussions on future of the audiovisual and entertainment industry. Addressing the summit, Prime Minister noted that WAVES is more than just an acronym. It embodies a true wave of culture, creativity and universal connection. He also extended an invitation to global creative community, assuring them that engaging with India stories would reveal narratives that deeply resonate with their own cultures.
यहाँ भी कई लोग बैठे जिन्होंने गांधी 150 के समय 2-2, 3-3 मिनट के अपने वीडियोज बनाए थे, गांधी जी के विचारों को आगे बढ़ाया था। भारत और दुनिया भर के क्रिएटिव वर्ल्ड की ताकत मिलकर क्या कमाल कर सकती है, इसकी एक झलक हम तब देख चुके हैं। आज उसी समय की कल्पना हकीकत बनकर वेव्स के रूप में जमीन पर उतरी है। साथियों, जैसे नया सूरज उगते ही आकाश को रंग देता है, वैसे ही ये समिट अपने पहले पल से ही चमकने लगी है।
And Prime Minister Modi also said in the coming years, the creative economy can increase its contribution to India's GDP.
स्क्रीन माइक्रो होती जा रही है, पर मैसेज मेगा होता जा रहा है। आजकल भारत का खाना विश्व की पसंद बनता जा रहा है। मुझे विश्वास है कि आने वाले दिनों में भारत का गाना भी विश्व की पहचान बनेगा। साथियों, भारत की क्रिएटिव इकोनॉमी आने वाले वर्षों में जीडीपी में अपना योगदान और बढ़ा सकती है। आज भारत फिल्म प्रोडक्शन, डिजिटल कंटेंट, गेमिंग, फैशन और म्यूजिक का ग्लोबल हब बन रहा है। लाइव कंसर्ट से जुड़ी इंडस्ट्री के लिए अनेक संभावनाएं हमारे सामने हैं। आज ग्लोबल एनिमेशन मार्केट का साइज $430 बिलियन से ज्यादा का है। अनुमान है कि अगले 10 सालों में ये डबल हो सकता है। ये भारत की एनिमेशन और ग्राफिक इंडस्ट्री के लिए बहुत बड़ा अवसर है। साथियों, ऑरेंज इकोनॉमी के इस बूम में मैं वेव्स के इस मंच से देश के हर युवा क्रिएटर से कहूंगा, आप चाहे गुवाहाटी के म्यूजिशियन हो, कोची के पॉडकास्टर हो, बेंगलुरु में गेम डिजाइन कर रहे हो या पंजाब में फिल्म बना रहे हैं, आप सभी भारत की इकोनॉमी में एक नई वेव ला रहे हैं।
And highlighting the depth of India's cultural wealth, Prime Minister Modi said, "In India, even music is a form of spiritual practice. Every note tells a story, every rhythm has a soul."
भारत की हर गली में कहानी है, हर पर्वत एक गीत है, हर नदी कुछ न कुछ गुनगुनाती है। आप भारत के 6 लाख से ज्यादा गांवों में जाएंगे तो हर गांव का अपना एक फोक है, स्टोरी टेलिंग का अपना एक खास अंदाज है। यहां अलग अलग समाजों ने लोक कथाओं के माध्यम से अपने इतिहास को अगली पीढ़ी तक पहुंचाया है। हमारे यहां संगीत भी एक साधना है। भजन हो, गजलें हो, क्लासिकल हो या कंटेम्पररी, हर सुर में एक कहानी है, हर ताल में एक आत्मा है। साथियों, हमारे यहां नाद ब्रह्म यानी साउंड ऑफ डिवाइन की कल्पना है। हमारे ईश्वर भी खुद को संगीत और नृत्य से अभिव्यक्त करते हैं। भगवान शिव का डमरू सृष्टि की पहली ध्वनि है। मां सरस्वती की वीणा विवेक और विद्या की लय है। श्री कृष्ण की बांसुरी प्रेम और सौंदर्य का अमर संदेश है। विष्णु जी का शंख ध्वनि सकारात्मक ऊर्जा का आह्वान है। इतना कुछ है हमारे पास। अभी यहां जो मन मोहने वाले सांस्कृतिक प्रस्तुति हुई, उसमें भी उसकी झलक दिखी है। और इसलिए ही मैं कहता हूं, यही समय है, सही समय है।
Waves 2025 has kick-started in Mumbai today. On the first day of the summit, actor Akshay Kumar hosted a plenary session titled Legends and Legacies, Stories that Shaped India's Soul. The session featured iconic actors like Hema Malini, Mohanlal and Chiranjeevi, who shared their experiences and insights, praising the summit as a groundbreaking initiative for India's entertainment industry. Hema Malini lauded Prime Minister's vision of connecting with audiences across the nation through the Wave Summit.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he always wanted this to happen. So it is going to be very beneficial for the entertainment industry, films, art and culture. So everybody will be benefited in this. So I'm glad to be part of it and to be part of this program also with you.
Actor Chiranjeevi shared his early cinematic journey and who all inspired him to be an actor.
My aim is, yes, I should hit the bullseye. And then what is that I can cater? What is that extra I can showcase my abilities to become a star? Then I thought I started sourcing inspiration, drawing inspiration from my contemporary people. Now Mithun Dada is here. In 77, I was a student in a film institute, acting. I have seen that Mrugaya, and he won the national award for his acting. It was so natural. There were artists that time putting a lot of makeup. Myself, I should not put makeup. I should look very much natural. people should feel I'm next door boy. That kind of image I should bring. So from every person, I drew inspiration. I mold myself. And today, what you are seeing me.
And actor-director Mohanlal, who made his debut at the age of 18, said that films are not just about storytelling, they're a piece of art.
The chance of working with great directors. That time they called as an art films. But even the art film has got entertainment values. So in Malayalam film, the content-wise, we are very rich. We call movies or cinema. So there were art films and commercial films in Malayalam long back. Now the content-wise, the new directors, it's full of art. It's a piece of art, which I cannot call a film as a bad film. It's a beautiful piece of art.
And stars of the Indian cineworld descended at the Waves venue in Mumbai, spoke about how the summit is a great platform for content creators, called upon the youth to grab creative opportunities. DD India correspondent Siddharth Bharadwaj was there, spoke to the celebrities. Let's listen in.
Sir, how do you see Waves as a platform for creators?
I think it's a great idea, and I think that it's a great opportunity for young people across the country to arise and showcase their talent. And it's a very good initiative which is focusing on entertainment in India and the various aspects of entertainment, not just filmmaking, gaming, AI, long form telling. So all of this is going to get a real boost, I think. So I think it's a wonderful initiative that the Prime Minister has launched, and we should really work hard to make this a big success. Yeah.
And sir, how about the content which is going beyond the borders by this platform, the reach?
Yes, certainly. I think this platform is over the years will become hopefully an international platform which will reach the entire world. Yes. Thank you.
So that was Amir Khan who said that hopefully this platform will reach the entire world. It has already made an indelible mark on the global map. With camera person Jagmohan, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for DD India in Mumbai.
I think it's a great initiative. It's a historic moment for our country. I want to thank our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, who took this initiative and giving opportunities to so many people, so many creators out there, and so many from media, from cinema, from the gaming zone, the creators side. So thousands of people are here today under one roof. I think it's a great moment. It's a shining moment for our country.
This platform is providing opportunities to, like you just said, creators, innovators, businesses, collaborators. How do you like this idea that our content is reaching beyond borders?
There's so much of talent in our country, and it's already reaching, but I think it's high time it should reach out even more. So I'm very glad that this is happening, because our country is going to be leading the change in the entertainment section.
And a message to the youth you want to give?
Oh yes, especially now. I think the opportunities are way more now than what it was like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So guys, just if you have something to say, if you have a story to say, if you have anything that you want to create, now is the time. Now is the time to just focus on it. There's so many ample opportunities now. There are avenues, there are resources now. So it's a great one for you. So I think all the very best. If you have something to say, if you have a story, if you want to create something, Waves is the place to be.
Ma'am, what do you think about this platform, Waves?
Well, I'm going to find out now. It's a 4-day convention. I'm very excited, and I think it's an amazing initiative to get the industry together and make entertainment media for the world, and we're excited.
I have with me Bollywood actress Isha Gupta. Ma'am, how do you think of Waves? What do you think of it as a platform?
As a platform, I think India is anyways, I truly believe it, and I'm not just saying it because I'm an Indian, but because I truly believe in India, and the world is seeing how India is progressing and where India is reached on the map right now. And this is just another step towards it, and I think this is, in a way, like what I feel like how Davos we have, this is our answer to that, because look at the level that you're seeing over here. We've not even started yet, it's just the first day. Look at the level, the celebrities, the people from across the world that have come. It just shows I love when it shows the power of India without any war or fight.
Power of India without any war or fight. How do you think, 20, 25 countries, perhaps more than that, are coming here and see India evolving when it comes to media and entertainment?
You know, Bollywood is the biggest film industry. What I really love about this, what I personally love, because now that I'm more outside India than in India, is the fact that because of this, like you said, it's absolutely true. People across the world would come and see that Indian movies are not just what they thought. Initially, people thought we were only about dancing. You know, they do, and they'll be like, oh, you're always shaking your head. No, Indian movies and Indian concept and the music is so much more. Like, come on, we have a legend like A.R. Rahman, you know, like just someone like him. Like, imagine what we have, you know. So, I'm really proud of this, and I'm so happy that our government and PMO did this initiation.
One message for the aspiring actors.
Keep working hard, never lose hope, and you know what, just believe in yourself, because no one else will, so just believe in yourself.
That was Isha Gupta who said that believe in yourself, and this is a great platform indeed. With camera person Ashish, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for DD India in Mumbai.
And still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Israel battles wildfires near Jerusalem. And former South Korean President Yoon indicted again.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Some international stories now. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio held a telephonic conversation with External Affairs Minister of India, S. Jaishankar, late on Wednesday. S. Jaishankar, in a social media post, stated that the two leaders discussed the Pahalgam terrorist attack. He told his counterpart that perpetrators, backers and planners of this barbaric attack must be brought to justice. Earlier, US State Department in a statement said that US Secretary of State expressed his sorrow for the lives lost in the horrific terrorist attack in Pahalgam and reaffirmed the United States' commitment to cooperation with India against terrorism. Meanwhile, India has closed its airspace to Pakistani aircraft, affecting all civil and military flights. The move, conveyed through a notice to airmen issued on Wednesday, comes in direct response to Islamabad's earlier airspace restrictions on Indian flights. The ban will be in place till May 23rd. The restriction applies to Pakistani registered, operated or leased aircraft. Also, the ban will be applicable for the commercial military aircrafts of Pakistan. The Ministry of Civil Aviation said in a statement that restriction applies from ground level to unlimited altitude. With the Indian government's formal decision now in effect, Pakistan-based carriers will heed and they will need to rely on alternative routes, primarily via China or the Arabian Sea, to reach Southeast Asian region. Another incident of ceasefire violation was reported across the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir. During the night of 30th April, 1st of May, the intervening night, Pakistan Army posts initiated unprovoked small arms fire across the line of control opposite Kupwara, Uri and Akhnur in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. In response to these provocations, the Indian Army responded proportionately. Ukraine and the United States on Wednesday signed a deal heavily promoted by American President Donald Trump that will give the US preferential access to new Ukrainian mineral steels. The agreement establishes a US-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund, with Ukraine retaining full control over its natural resources. Here's more.
The United States and Ukraine on Wednesday signed a minerals deal that will give the United States preferential access to new Ukrainian minerals deals and fund investment in Ukraine's reconstruction. President Donald Trump's administration is calling it a new form of U.S. commitment to Kyiv. The two countries signed the accord in Washington, D.C. after months of sometimes fraught negotiations. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Ukrainian First Deputy Prime Minister Yulia Svydorenko signed the agreement.
Thanks to President Trump's tireless efforts to secure a lasting peace, I am glad to announce the signing of today's historic economic partnership agreement between the United States and Ukraine, establishing the United States-Ukraine Reconstruction Investment Fund. This partnership allows the United States to invest alongside Ukraine to unlock Ukraine's growth assets, mobilize American talent, capital, and governance standards that will improve Ukraine's investment climate and accelerate Ukraine's economic recovery.
The two countries would establish a reconstruction investment fund with each side having equal voting rights, and Ukraine would retain full control over its subsoil, infrastructure, and natural resources. The deal would finance mineral and oil and gas projects as well as related infrastructure or processing. Ukraine said it secured key interests after protracted negotiations, including full sovereignty over its own rare earths, which are vital for new technologies and largely untapped. Ukraine also asserted that it has no debt obligations to the United States under the agreement. Ukraine holds some 5% of the world's mineral resources and rare earths, which are used in consumer electronics, electric vehicles, and military applications, among others. Bureau Report, DD India.
US President Donald Trump said Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is looking to make a trade deal and will visit the White House within next week. Trump said he had congratulated Carney on Monday's election win.
I think we're going to have a great relationship. He's a pretty liberal guy. But no, I spoke to him yesterday. He couldn't have been nicer. And I congratulated him. You know, it was a very mixed signal because it's almost even, which makes it very complicated for the country. It's a pretty tight race, but he's a very nice gentleman, and he's going to come to the White House very shortly, within the next week or less.
Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney spoke with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Wednesday, underscored Canada's commitment to supporting Ukraine in achieving lasting peace and security. The Canadian Prime Minister's office said in a statement, Zelensky congratulated him on his election in Monday's vote. The two leaders agreed that a durable peace can only be achieved with Ukraine at the table. Voters in Singapore will head to the polls on Saturday in a closely watched general elections that will serve as the first major electoral test for Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. Wong took over the leadership of the long-ruling People's Action Party in May 2024, succeeding former Premier Lee Hsien-loong after his 2 decades tenure. Prime Minister Wong hit the campaign trail on Thursday at a public housing estate, engaging with locals as part of the ruling People's Action Party's final push ahead of Singapore's general elections on May 3rd. Some news from South Korea. Former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has been indicted for abuse of power stemming from his controversial martial law declaration on Thursday. This indictment comes as Yoon is already on trial for orchestrating an insurrection. The latest charges relate to his attempt to impose martial law back in December, a move that saw armed soldiers deployed to the parliament. The indictment coincides with the ongoing investigations into bribery allegations involving Yoon's wife, Kim Kyun-hee, and a shaman accused of gifting her luxury items. Investigators recently raided Yoon's private residence in Seoul as part of this probe. With Yoon out of office, South Korea is scheduled to hold a snap election on June 3rd. The extremely dry and warm weather that fueled the deadliest wildfires in South Korea's history last March was twice as likely and more intense due to human-induced climate change. According to researchers, large area of the country's southeast were burnt in the series of blazes in March, which killed some 31 people, destroyed historic sites, including some 1,000-year-old temple sites. Officials say at the time the conditions made it very hard for conventional firefighting methods to control the blazes, which leapt from pine tree to pine tree across the dried out hillsides. Around 11% of South Korea's forested areas border human settlements, the study informed. Strong winds and storms battered New Zealand while seawater flooded coastal roads on Thursday. According to the government weather agency, the country's capital of Wellington is facing the strongest wind, that's more stronger than in a decade. The National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research said average wind speeds have reached as high as 87 kilometers an hour in Wellington, while wind gusts at Baring Head hit 160 kilometers an hour. A red wind warning, the highest possible, is currently in place. This is the first time Wellington has had a red warning since the system was put in place in 2019. And staying with weather updates, Israeli firefighting teams battled wildfires near Jerusalem for a second day on Thursday, with the police reporting the reopening of several major roads that had been closed. Prime Minister Netanyahu declared a national emergency, warning the fires could spread into Jerusalem. Troops were deployed to support efforts. The Israeli military personnel were helping in Jerusalem and other central districts. That's all in this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS. Scan the QR code that we often flash on the screens. Here it comes now. And download the app. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.